4 decades to get the script just right.
His exploits are legendary.
It understands its legacy and it builds upon it.
And he's considered to be one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
It's got swagger and it's got heart. But most of all, it's got fighter jets. And it understood something most legacy sequels completely forget. Let's get into this. Top Gun is a movie that became cultural rocket fuel in the 80s, a film about fighter jets being pushed to the edge of destruction, leaving a heat haze as they soared into the stratosphere. It was infused with style, love, and camaraderie. It established a new era of iconography, a style of aviators and bomber jackets that rippled through decades to come. A sequel had a lot to live up to.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
36 years later, Top Gun Maverick was released. A movie that understood what it had to deliver to succeed. It had to make you feel the thrill of altitude, attitude, and jet fuel glamour.
Let's turn and burn. Fanboy, you see him?
It had to match the very personal and relatable rivalry of the first movie, but it had to make it relevant without making it feel like a carbon copy. It had to introduce a host of new characters that we cared for, whilst also remaining true and authentic to 36 years of development to the legacy characters. It sounds like an easy task on paper, but we've seen it go wrong time and time again. And even if they got the script right, that doesn't mean the execution would land. But it did. Whatever magic needed to happen over at Paramount for them to bring this to life, they pulled it off. We wanted sunsets and volleyball. We wanted dogfights and danger. We wanted a film that honoured Top Gun, but matured it and floored the throttle. And that's what we got. Top Gun Maverick was a film that delivered adrenaline by the droves. It told the story of a maturing Maverick, the legendary fighter pilot who wasn't ready to hang up his coat and his Ray-Bans for his slippers and his pipe. He still had some gas left in the tank.
Much appreciated, Pops.
Maverick gets pulled back to Top Gun for his swan song, but this time he has to train a new generation of elite pilots for an impossible mission.
Teach, sir?
It's the classic passing of the torch story. He seems older and wiser, and his confidence is less cocky. But he's still the same Maverick, and that swagger can still rub the brass the wrong way.
Must admit I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders, Maverick.
And even the other pilots.
This guy needs an ego check.
But beneath the smile, the death of Goose still haunts him.
Is there a problem, Captain?
You know there is. Sir.
Rooster, I understand he used to fly with his old man.
Goose.
Tragic, what happened?
At the end of the first film, Maverick gets back in the jet. He regains his confidence, gets a solid win, and gets back to duty. But that's functional recovery, not emotional resolution. Enter Rooster, Goose's son. One of the elite Top Gun pilots that Maverick has to train for the mission, the living embodiment of his pain, and a constant reminder of his guilt. Their relationship is the emotional spine of the movie, and the film stuck the landing with this. You can feel the fractured history between the two of them, but you get a strong sense of their genuine care for each other. The development of this relationship was a large part of the movie's success. It's one of the ingredients they nailed in the first film. Drama between the pilots that builds to a satisfying, high-stakes conclusion in the skies. And the supporting cast is just as engaging. They're all vibrant, charismatic characters who are loyal and driven, but also competitive and wildly arrogant. But that's part of the charm of Top Gun. That cockiness is what makes the characters compelling. And I tell you what, they all looked damn good when they were doing what they do best, which is being the best at what they do. Throughout all of the swagger and glamour, the heart of the movie was the soaring machines in the sky. And Top Gun Maverick did not disappoint. We got roaring engines and screaming metal. Afterburners ripping through the sky like man-made lightning bolts. multi-million-dollar war machines tearing through valleys in life-or-death dogfights. When the jets take off and the combat begins, you're fully engaged. The audio-visual storytelling was superb. With a good cinematic setup, you feel the rumble of the earth-shaking flybys. And the impact of the Vulcan cannons hammering through the valleys. And screaming warheads splitting through the clouds. It's the dogfights that matter the most in Top Gun Maverick, and they were glorious. You felt the raw power of the jets and the thrill of the fight. The film made you feel like you were in the cockpit with them, and because you'd grown to care for the characters, the stakes feel sky high. You want every pilot safely back on that carrier deck on their way home.
I'll see you back on deck.
Legacy sequels can easily get the formula wrong, but this one didn't. It's no secret that Tom Cruise was incredibly selective with this project. Scores of scripts touched his desk over the decades, and he turned them all down. Top Gun was sacred to him. He didn't just want it to be good, he wanted it perfect, and it shows. Top Gun Maverick gets 8 out of 10 stars from the Hex Effect. It respects its roots, built something relevant, and left a blazing trail of satisfaction as it ripped through the clouds into a bright blue sky. It promised adrenaline, it promised conflict, and it delivered on both. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe for more Hex Effect. I've been Hex. It's been a pleasure having you on the Hex Effect. See you next time.